Shalom, Makim. Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to turn and face the east. Give infinite honor and praise.
Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Arakakadas.
Give honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, rule and teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful and faithful elect across the four corners, living and preaching the truth to the best of their ability and sincerity. And again, Shalom. All right, and as usual, we're living in very prophetical times, man. So we're going to start off with the centerpiece of prophecy. So this is the thing that you see on you see all the prophecies taking place, but this is what you see on the full frontal, man, in the mainstream. Okay, every day you wake up, you're seeing more Revelation, the 13th chapter get pushed upon you, man. You're seeing this beast system get pushed upon you.
Revelation 13 and 14, and deceive of them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
All right, and this biggest miracle right now is this so-called free chip. All right, this so-called this juice that you're taking now. But what is this miracle guaranteeing you? It's guaranteeing you life. I literally heard a nigga woman say that shit. She literally said, after I took that Boost Mobile, I felt like I was giving life. She felt like I was giving life, man. All right, that's the deception of that miracle, man. That he's taking all these things away from you. He's taking all your capability, your financial stability, man, your family away from you. But he has the power to give it back. Just take this. Just take this juice, and he could give all that back to you, man.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which has the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, and you people are making an image to the beast. You're worshiping this image, man. You're worshiping the propaganda. Whatever comes out on the news, you got some nigga believing it, man. It don't even matter what it is. It could be the easiest thing to disprove on earth, and you just you trust so much in Esau, you trust so much in oppression.
Teach us smooth things, things that cause deceit. Prophesy deceit. Prophesy not to us truth things. They don't want to hear the truth, man. They beg my brother up. Okay?
That's the mindset of 2/3 of our people, man. They like being deceived, okay? Because it feels good, man. It feels good for somebody to tell you, oh, I can fix all your problems. It's gonna get real serious when that charisma come into play, man. I can take all your debt away. I can take all your warrants away, man. Your criminal record.
All your carnal problems.
Yeah.
Take this carnal. That is.
Just let me put the juice in you, baby.
Woo!
Just bend over.
Daddy got you. Just bend over. Just bend over.
Verse 15.
I got it from there.
And he had power. Damn, what the fuck? And he had power to give life to the image of the beast.
Right? And how does he give life to this image? Through this propaganda, through his news systems, man. And ultimately, the biggest way is through the people. Right? Who's the main proponent of this image? Right? It's always the people pushing it. Specifically, 2/3 of our people, man. Right? You're on the forefront. You always, because we're the target. The Israelites are the main target. You're on the forefront. You gotta have Eve on that bitch taking the juice, giving you a thumbs up. Right? You gotta have Michael Jordan dunking the ball, talking about taking the juice, man. Right? This is how you get got.
Okay. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right? And the image of the beast is speaking right now. Revelation 13th chapter is speaking right now, man. Because it's no longer just words, it's actions being taken place, man.
Yeah, right. Talk about the action.
An advocate said, though it's tearing, wait for it. It's not tearing anymore. It is here. It's here. Waiting for that one event to pop off to make it come into full fruition, man.
Right? Yeah, it is here, man. Right? It's here in Australia. It's here in California. It's here in New York.
Yeah.
Right?
See, they doing it in Sweden already.
They do. Oh yeah, they already got the charisma in Sweden, man. That's why you don't see nothing on the news about Sweden. You don't see nobody dying from that shit in Sweden. All right, you don't see nothing about Sweden, man, because they already have that New World Order. That was the forerunner to test the New World Order.
Yeah, Sweden always been known as a country to be neutral and mind their fucking business. So, but like you said, Sweden, they've been doing some test runs and they have the actual thing that's gonna go inside of you Americans going on in Sweden. You got it, huh? Okay, verse 16, and he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right, which translates to everybody. As in, if you don't worship this image, we're seeing that right now.
Sleeves up.
You got your sleeve up, death. If you don't take this charisma, it's gonna be death. And it ain't gonna matter how old you are, how young you are, what's your social status, whether you homeless out here on the streets or whether you living in one of these penthouses around here now.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Hey, this man's been getting revealed. That's been on the spirit of a lot of brothers going in on that 666, man. Build back better.
Hey, before it's over, you gonna be getting flagged for saying that.
Oh yeah.
Can y'all see that being posed? I'm telling you, you ain't gonna better say that shit. Go ahead, all right?
You can't say that M word already. You can't say this. You can't say that. So what is it? It's gonna get to the point where if you don't worship the image, like the scripture say, death. We at your doorstep right now, man.
Yeah, the real 3-6 mouth.
Yeah. What we do is instead you want to flag us, we use the Hebrew. Okay, we use the words karagi. Can't fuck with us with that. Here it is. Biden said the words what do you say?
Build back
6
yeah.
weeks or 6 days,
months.
6 months, 6 months, 666. And over there in Texas, you had 666 laws were passed throughout their whole state.
He had the HR 666. There you go. Was basically the contract tracing bill, man, which they just passed under you niggas' noses, basically giving them the right to come to your doorstep and check if you got that thing in you or not, man.
Got you.
All right. So let's see who is this 666 guy, man. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
When that falling away start, man, from 70 AD all the way into the transatlantic slave trade, man, all the way really up until now, man. But we are back. We got that breath of life back, man.
Yeah, in 1960.
In 1969.
Yeah. That. Go on, go ahead, All right. Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh Shai.
So these are the hints to seeing that man of sin. Who's the only person on the earth that is doing this right now, man? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He's the only one. He ain't got a Moabite depiction of so-called Jesus, man. He ain't got a Hamite depiction of so-called Jesus. He ain't got an Ishmaelite depiction of so-called
Jesus. There's
Jesus.
only one nation of people that the Bible describes as the deceived, as the devil. That's why. Yeah.
All that is worshipped, so that he as Yahweh sit in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh.
And what's ultimately the temple of the Lord? The actual people, man. He's sitting over the people and acting as if he is the Lord. That's why he's pushing these mandates on you, man. Because he wants full control over you. He wants that full blessing. That full blessing, man.
That full control is putting that device inside of your fucking skin, man. That's full control. Knowing you already got cameras out here around the cities, around the globe, top of the earth. He can watch you when you're inside of your home. Fuck, Russia TV did a whole sitcom on it. They saying that look, even when your phone is on, it's a spy on your phone. Even when you turn the motherfucker off, they still can see you.
That's why I say he did us in the throne. The Lord said his throne is the heavens.
Right, bro.
Right? So you got Esau literally in the heavens seeing what you're doing, man.
Right, bro.
All right. Isaiah 14:13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh Shai. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Right, the mount of the congregation. He's gonna sit over the nation of Israel, spying on them, man. To keep it simple. He's gonna have satellites over their head, making sure they don't do this, seeing what they're buying, man.
Making sure they do this. They putting all these off products inside of the our necessities like toothpaste, our brushes.
They got our bread.
The falling our bread. Okay. Okay. Verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Right, and that's where his pride has deceived him, man. And because this Revelation 13 is him trying to be like the Most High. He's gonna control what you do, where you go, what you buy, man. Right, and if you look into this juice, you see exactly that's a very literal saying what I'm saying, man. When he turned them frequencies on, he gonna literally control what you do.
Y'all seen? Which one of y'all brothers sent me that video? When it showed, it might have been Yakina, or was it one of y'all brothers when Esau, be careful with our words, but activate this 5G
on that movie?
No, it was like some black shit.
Stuff.
And without me,
I don't even want to say that.
that was you showing me that? Yeah, man, it was.
That's gonna be going in your body.
Yeah, man, like
Something all the way
that
around
shit
with
was
your
crazy.
man. That shit demonic, man. It's demon inside of you.
Yeah, man. That's about what it is, man. That's why you have all these so-called zombie movies, and that's predictive programming right there, man. You really about to be in a situation like that.
Hey, the Kingsmen. When they was in that church, that video the brother shared is the reaction that happened when they turned those frequencies up. That all that chemical reaction shit that we seen in that video, that what was going on inside of those people that took that jab, right? And they couldn't control themselves. 1 second they was holding hands, singing Kumbaya, praising white Jesus, and in the next literal 5 seconds, they killing each other in the same church, including the pastor and the choir and the rest of the deacons in the motherfucking pulpit. You know, it's kill or be killed in that motherfucker, just at the drop of a dime, man. You know,
In a moment.
so when you go into these prophecies, I'm about to get back to you. It's something that's going to cause the Earth population to decrease at a fast rate. All right, this bullshit that they got out, that's scaring all you dumb motherfuckers, that's not killing y'all fast enough. Okay, so they're gonna have to come with other options. Okay, y'all not dying fast enough. You niggas are taking too long to drop dead. So your so-called master, which is the white man that you love so fucking much, he's in his laboratory finding more accurate ways, man.
Esau's laboratory, not Dexter.
Okay,
The mad science.
a mad scientist. While you kissing his ass, figuring out ways to please him, he's in a laboratory figuring out new ways to destroy your black ignorant ass, man. Okay, you got it, huh?
Right? I got this keep showing that it's what Esau is.
Yeah, and they call you this is some inside intel, because you know, let's just say in my concubine lyric, you got Edomites, okay? And they give you the inside scope of the terminology that be used, and the term that they call you coons, they call you grinning niggas. They call you grinning niggas. That's the niggas that's laughing all the time. When a white man come, you just, yes sir, Mr. Charlie, whatever you need me to do. Oh, I'm so sorry. Whatever you need, yes sir. What? Yes sir. Yeah, no sir. I didn't do nothing. I'm gonna be at work an hour early, and I'm gonna stay an hour late. Whatever you need me to do, Mr. Charlie. Guess what, Mr. Charlie? When he get around his peers, guess what they saying about that dumb clown ass nigga? That's one of them old grinning niggas. That's what they call y'all. That's what they say about you stupid slime balls behind y'all back. Oh, that's a grinning nigga. As soon as you see the white man, you see all the nigga gums. Oh, come on, man. Yes, some. Yes, some. No, some. Yes, you mind if I get a cigarette from you, sir? Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. Fuck you and your motherfucking cigarette. Go ahead. You fucking grinning nigga. And that's it, bro. It's all like, well, I don't want to be offensive, but there's an actual terminology for black people. I don't want you to get mad, but I used to hear my dad and them say, for black people, when they're just the nice black people, they just, no matter how mean to them, they're just nice. This a fucking so-called white woman telling me this, right, about her dad and her uncle. They always call them grinning niggas. You could kick a nigga in his ass. Paul say, get your black ass to work. Yes, sir, Mose. You ain't kick him. What about him? What about him? You ain't kick him.
Nigga right here.
You know? And see the white man come through. Man, y'all need to get to work, man. You think this man come over here want to see y'all standing around with y'all hands in y'all pocket? Get to work. That's called a grinning nigga, man. All right? And America is full of you motherfuckers, man. Okay? And you're not dying fast enough. So, Esau, you need to get on your shit and you need to kill these niggas faster than what you're doing. Okay? Go ahead.
I got one right there. Isaiah 30:12, it says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
Right.
Swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly
Right.
at an instant.
Suddenly at an instant. All of this shit that y'all doing, like the brother said in the opening of it, you despise the word as it is. We coming out telling y'all are the greatest people on the face of the planet. Who listens? Who give a fuck? Who cares? And when you do get a curious George that walks up and asks about the sign, first thing come out of his mind is where my mouth is. If the white man can't get saved, I don't want to be saved.
It ain't right.
This nigga don't even ask about the Arab. What about the Arab? What about the Chinese people? You just first people come to your mind is the white man. Right. That's why they call y'all grinning niggas, you nice ass niggas. Laughing and smiling all the goddamn time. Holding the fucking door open for their ass all the goddamn time. They don't need your black ass to hold the door open for them, nigga. They need to be holding doors open for your ass. They need to be helping your ass out. Okay? But they're happy as long as your black ass at the bottom and they're at the top so they can look down and point fingers and laugh at you. As long as they're in that world, guess what? They're happy. You're going to stay there, playboy. Because as long as niggas like you where you at, they get to stay where they're at. Point fucking blank, right? Go ahead. All right. You fucking Uncle Tom ass niggas, man. Well, say you fucking fools out there. You know?
Half a,
I think we just had that one.
yeah, we have to.
Yeah, we got the same one. Huh?
All right. Half a nation changed their gods.
They did. Because Esau been Esau from day one. Esau sticks to being who, y'all? Since Genesis, he has always been what? The devil. The so-called white man.
Right.
All right? He's always been the basis of men. He's always been a pedophile. He always loved little kids, little boys, preferably. Between the ages of 4 and 6 years old, white men love having sex with little boys, man. Okay? You love killing multiple numbers of people. You don't just kill somebody for robbing you or stealing from you or doing some cutthroat shit. You go out, you'll go into church and kill every motherfucker in that bitch just because you had a bad dream of a big black man coming chasing you or some shit. I went in that church and I massacred all those fucking niggers. You know? We don't do shit like that, man.
They had a judge at district court. They say when LSU used to win, he'll let niggas out of jail. He said when LSU used to lose, anybody that come up there, sending you to the back, throwing you away. He'll judge you according to
based off of an LSU game, man.
Yep.
Your life and your freedom hangs in the balance of if LSU gonna win a fucking football game or not.
That's why them niggas always be hollering, go Tigers. Huh?
Hey, back. Hey, Jake.
Hang that nigga.
Hey,
you motherfuckers, that nigga dropped that football. You know what? I'm gonna make every nigga in East Baton Rouge Parish pay for it.
Hey,
you're gonna learn how to catch that football next time, nigga.
Hey, backing it up. Hey, they had a black boy, a Jake, was a quarterback for LSU named Jordan Jefferson. He was fucking up. He was fucking up against when they play Alabama. And after that, you looked on YouTube, you see all them fucking crackers getting on his head. They should have never put that nigga in the fucking game, man. Hang that nigga. Take his ass on the fucking thing. Should hang all them fucking monkeys.
Yeah. Well, that's what, hey,
but Jake Love.
Hey, I'm gonna say, but like you say, Jake Love.
Yeah.
Okay. Monkeys, when you go to the zoo, monkeys aren't crying saying, hey, let me out. We're not supposed to be here. A monkey running up to the cage asking for a what? A banana. A treat. What's the difference between a monkey and you fucking Negroes in America? It's the same analogy. Y'all not looking for freedom. You want the white man to give your black ass a banana. Master, I don't mind staying in the cage. I'll be in here. Just give me all the bananas I want. Give me one of them old gals when you get through with them. And that Negro gonna be content for the rest of his fucking days, man. That's the so-called Negro, you Southern Kingdom. You gotta at least get the Northern Kingdom a little more credit than y'all, man. They got more integrity than you so-called Negroes out here, man. The so-called Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans, you know.
Say, give me some land, man.
Right.
They less cursed though. We got the southern tribe got that double portion.
Got that double curse, man.
Yeah, double curse.
Because we was double blessed.
That's right. Hey.
Therefore, we are double cursed.
That
You know?
balance. Y'all got it. All right. But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit.
Right. And guess what? You changed your glory. What your glory? This is our glory. That a king that looks just like us, decked in all type of gold and precious stones, is gonna come destroy your enemy in the face of the world and deliver you. But you would rather trade all that to go get some juice put inside your stupid ass. That's what the Lord's people have done. Read that little part again.
All right. All right. But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit.
And that's what you have done. So now you walking around with that Babylon juice inside your ass, man. And the scriptures literally say that he shall make the other nations drunken with his wine. Where that wine is literal now. Yeah. He actually has a serum that he's putting inside y'all ass, drunken in y'all, man. That's literal now. At first, we used to break it down spiritually. It's literal now. He literally got wine put in you motherfuckers now. And y'all know what we mean when we say wine.
All right. That's a new one we gave you. You hit it up. That's it right there.
Hey, the Lord knew that when he said that, though. The Lord was already ahead of the curve, man. That's why that's why the Lord worded it like that. Yeah. You know?
Verse 12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid.
And the heavens is talking about the ruling class, okay? Because the Lord is about to shock the world. The reason why everybody is going and getting that Babylon juice is because this glory doesn't sound glorious to y'all. It sounds like a bunch of bullshit to people. That's why you don't listen. That's why you keep walking. And if you do say something, you're taking pictures just to get a good laugh in. You know? Go ahead.
Okay. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
Which is the truth, right? You know, the scripture says my people are destroyed for their lack of what?
Knowledge.
That's the fountain of living water. Go ahead.
And hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns.
Which is, what comes out of a cistern? Liquid, water. Yeah. You know what that cistern is? A syringe. Go ahead, brother.
That can hold no water.
Right. And those syringes are not going to save your ass, man. There's no wisdom and knowledge and salvation in that motherfucking thing, man. In that safety pin, I'll say that.
Oh.
That safety pin.
Right. All right, this is the last one. Verse 14, last verse. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes, you are. 2/3 of you are homeborn slaves, man. Thus saith the Bible. Right. Okay, because you don't give a damn about your own kingdom. You don't give a damn about putting yourself in a position so you don't have to be a fucking slave in America. You want to keep the ones that enslaved your ass happy. You want the ones that enslaved your ass, as long as they give you a pat on the back and say, "You've been a good slave, boy. Get on back to work, and we'll give you a bigger biscuit next time." You niggas are happy with that.
Say something better.
Go ahead.
Look, I did a video earlier this week because I was looking at a docu-series. It was about people in jail, and it was focused in Arizona or either New Mexico. But when I looked at it, all the prisoners was so-called Mexican, the tribe of Issachar. But this is the thing that got me. All the fucking jailers was Issacharites, man. And they was pushing Esau's laws and his ways harder than Esau could push them. Jake in 2021 has become an integral part of the beast system. All right?
Yes,
from politics to education to religion, man.
Got it. I mean, shit, it's safe enough to say you Negroes are the life of this system. You keep this system alive.
Because when you look at the philosophy, what we taught from America, from birth, is for our people to get out the hood and for our people to do better. What they tell us, get an education. Get an education. All right? education ain't never uplifting no one from despair, being so-called educated. You know, when you look at the poverty in India have more doctoral degrees than any nation under the sun,
Right.
and they live in poverty.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. Getting caught on Chris Hansen, how to catch a predator and shit.
Yeah.
That's bad, man.
Them Indians real shit. They are.
I be deep on that shit.
What do you think you're doing?
I never knew my friend.
They the so-called most educated people on the planet.
But see, they come over here to a historical black college, quote unquote, allegedly it is, right? Like
Well,
Southern University is,
So,
and get their education.
well, I thought the Asian was over the East Indians.
Indians got more doctoral degrees than
Yeah, the Indian country, including the Edomites.
Hey,
But look,
hey,
let me bring
back
out this precept.
Real quick.
Go ahead, Doc.
Back in with the elder act. We was going to Southern University. It was more East Indians up there than any, like Jacob there for sure.
And
But
any
any other heathen. Say it like that. Any other fucking
hey,
heathen.
They got
That's
East
a fucking
Elon
fact,
that Southern?
Walking right. They teaching up there, huh?
Oh, talking about teaching.
No,
I'm
and
talking about
students.
school and teaching.
And students.
I didn't know that.
At LSU, they asses up there, they got a whole apartment
still up
complex.
there.
I can understand it.
At LSU.
I didn't think they was coming on our
Oh, yeah,
side.
they
Teach you and learn. I got a precept on that though. I got a quick precept.
Real though. Yeah.
All right, and this goes to like to the East Indians, the Moabs, and everybody else. This is why they are over here in the mindset that they in. Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. That's why they are able to come over here and not be taxed. That's why they're able to come over here and set up a store in your neighborhood, because it goes back to Psalm the 83rd chapter, and they still have meetings after that. They have meetings to repolish. I don't know how often, probably once a year, but they repolish every year prior, and they look at new trends so they can run into these trends with a law ready for these new trends. All right, with her and the merchants.
Hey, I talked to a Moabite. He said they taxed them for the first 7 years.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Hey,
7 years.
right, that's why they set up shop, and by the time them 7 years over,
Yeah, they gone.
back over there.
All right.
And look, in 7 years, you can have babies.
And
Babies born in America are automatically what?
citizens of America.
Damn, man. You
And so look, so we can apply that to.
So you got 7 years to lay the ground for them American citizens that you about to bring into the world.
That's right.
7 years to take that American dream, capitalize on it, so that when you do bring kids in the world, you set them up. Let's say you do got to go back to China, you start getting taxed and all that type of shit like that. You name one time they ever did that for somebody that looks like y'all.
All right, and that the reason that they do it for the other nations is so that we cannot do it. All right, it's the last part. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right. So that's going back into how these other nations are made rich. And what are her delicacies? The Israelites. It says that they licking our wounds. When you see an Arab, when you see a Ishmaelite, which is an Arab, when you see a Persian, which is an Iranian, when you see a Moabite or an Ammonite, which goes back to the Asians, when they driving those nice fancy cars and those Toyota Land Cruisers, guess who paid for them? The delicacies. You, Jake, because they don't go out there and sell and cater to the so-called white man. Right. Y'all got it, huh?
Got some facts. I can look y'all up. It's 2 Kings 24:15. And it says that he carried away Jehoiakim to Babylon. Who's this talking about? It's talking about Nebuchadnezzar, man. But in this day, we're in modern Babylon, man. Okay? And the king's mother, what y'all say? The Israelites give life into this image, man. We give life to this system. We're the reason this bitch runs, because they can lick our swords and shit like that, man. And
hey, let me back you up. Every nation that becomes the sovereign power of the earth happens to have who as their slaves?
The Israelites.
Israelites.
We got the statue.
That's not a coincidence. Okay.
And the king's mother
and that's why Russia had that evil thought at the end. Just throw it out there. Y'all got
Russia
it.
wants y'all black ass.
Hey, but that's why
We want them niggas.
back you up, beautiful, and that's why this ensign, according to the book of Isaiah 11 and verse 12, is up on the 4th Street right now to dictate what we're bringing out right now. It's gonna let you know that this is all about us. The whole Bible, slavery and salvation. Straight up. Go ahead, huh?
Kings 24 and 15 from the middle, and the king's mother and the king's wives and his officers and the mighty of the land. God, those carried he into captivity from Jerusalem to Babylon, and all the men of might, even 7,000, and craftsmen and smiths 1,000, and all that were strong and apt for war. Even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon. Why do you think they won?
And all those smiths and everything like that, those were skilled workers, man. Because the Israelites, these people you see on this sign are skilled workers, are craftsmen, man. We do it with our fucking hands, man.
Well, 1/3 of them.
Well, 1/3, they only be elect. They don't know how to. They don't even know how to change a tire on a fucking car, man.
Damn.
They can't work a fuck, man.
They're not worth the fucking oxygen that they consume, man.
Got it, huh?
But just like in ancient times, it's just a rulership strategy, man. You want the people that can work the best to be under you. Okay, so it's the same thing now. What do you think those blacksmiths were doing? What do you think those soldiers were doing? Fighting for the king of Babylon, because he said so. Don't you have Jake in the military right now?
Oh, yeah.
But hold on, that's how it is. That's how a lot of those kingdoms was winning, because they had Jacob as their king. Like when you go back and you listen to all them different epic of Gilgamesh, all this different shit like that, and they talk about all them little heathenistic kingdoms. All of them got kings that were viewed as what? As gods. Now let's say real quick, give me Genesis 5 right quick. Go to Methuselah.
I was in Genesis 6 going back to the heathens.
We'll break it all right quick, guys.
All right, Genesis 6
got
and 2. That the sons of God, Yahweh, saw the daughters of men.
Go to 5. Genesis 5. Yeah, go back to 5. Because I'm going to make an example right quick. Just backing out what y'all just said. Yeah, 5.
Okay,
from the top. Go to Methuselah.
All right, let's do it. All right.
You can start on the top. It don't even matter. Because all of them finna say the same thing. But watch this. But go past Adam, Seth, and Cain and Abel, and go past them.
21. Yeah. Genesis 5 and 21. And Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah.
Go ahead.
Methuselah.
Go ahead.
And Enoch walked with Yahweh after he begot Methuselah 300 years and begot sons and daughters.
Stop. So Enoch begot what?
Sons and daughters.
Nobody ever talk about them though.
After he begot Methuselah 300 years and begot sons and daughters.
So who's to say one of Enoch's sons wasn't a king over some fucking heathen? You know what I'm saying? With God like fucking powers.
He was taken. Yeah,
and right, now today you're looking at him as a god or some shit. Worshipped by some fucking heathens. And every man of the Lord from Adam on down had plural sons and daughters. But the only ones that's listed in Genesis 5 were the ones the Lord was dealing with. Simple as that. Okay? So when you go back into all of these different legends, which goes to the next chapter, it was us that became the what?
The men of renown.
The men of renown. What are men of renown?
Famous.
When you talk about all them big ancient legends and shit about these gods doing this and doing that. That was our bloodline. That was us.
So the
that don't necessarily mean we was righteous.
It really does.
Look what King Solomon did. He is the most wisest Israelite ever known to man. And King Solomon, you know, he got a little discombobulated, you know, in his life, man. So it can happen to the best of us. So if it happened to Yahushua as King Solomon, how much more Enoch's sons and daughters? And guess what? When you go all the way down the list to Noah, before they leave prior to the flood or whatever, when you go all the way down that list, it lists all of them as having sons and daughters. Those were sons of God. It just don't speak about them. They went throughout the world. The reason why they don't speak of them because obviously the Lord was like, man, that nigga went over there to them Hamites or them and became God, man. Yeah. And then you got the righteous, you got his brother Methuselah. Let's say Methuselah, for instance. Methuselah was like I could have went and did all that shit my brother did, man. But Pop, I'm gonna stay right here with you, Pop. I'm gonna carry the torch for the family. You know what I'm saying? You know, I could go do what my brother did and more, but I'm gonna stay loyal. My brother went out there and tasted a little bit of that freedom, tasted a little bit of them things, went to Genesis, the 6th chapter, tasted a little bit of that, and he's like, man, I'm God to these motherfuckers. And what happened? What Jake do? When you become a man of renown, every man of renown that we speak of today, they fucking head is what? Bigger than downtown Baton Rouge, man. And this bitch ain't that big. You know? They head bigger than Manhattan, man. When you give anybody power and glory and fame, they get big-headed, man. Okay? It's a Jake trait. Straight up. But go ahead.
Hey, I want to add on to you, on that passage you brought out. Nebuchadnezzar and them took the elite of our nation, right? All right? And the elder always bring out when they came and got us from the western coast of Africa, they came and took the royal seed Israel. Right? Yeah, the cream of the crop. Now check this out. Why would
to kill anybody, you have to take the what off? The head. You got to take the head off.
Hey, this is what they did with the tail.
When they put us in slavery, backing my brother up, when they put us in slavery, when they went into West Africa, they were taking down the hierarchy. We was the ruling class. Look at us today. After 500 years of being raped, robbed, and murdered, you motherfucking people still want to be like us. We still more athletic. We still stronger than you bitches. We still look better. Your woman still want our black and nappy head ass. You know? After 500 years of rape, robbing, and murdering us. Now, if you turn the tables around and we rape, robbed, and murdered the so-called white race for 500 years, y'all would have been with extinct. Because y'all not built like this.
And they don't have no backing. Exodus 1 and 9.
Y'all weak asses would have been white. We'd have wiped y'all out by the time the 17th century hit.
They would have killed themselves.
Y'all would have died off. Y'all would have made it past the 17th century. If we'd have been dominating y'all the way y'all dominated us, man.
Right.
You bitches ain't built like this, man. You're weak. All right.
Hey, look, before Quad bring this out, I know where he's going. I'm gonna just say this. Just gonna go wherever you're going.
When America, make the best everything. I'm gonna go ahead.
Look, hold on. Just going to y'all. When America invaded Iraq, America didn't threaten all Iraqis and didn't tell all Iraqis to leave. It said Saddam and Saddam's sons. Matter of fact, he didn't even say his daughters. He said y'all have 48 hours to leave Iraq. And that's going back to what you said. Esau only aimed at the creme de la creme. Got it.
Yeah. And this is 2 Kings 12, 25 and 12. But the captain of the guard left the poor of the land to be vine dressers and husbands. So when you look at everywhere we were scattered, all right, he bought the great ones over here.
The hierarchy.
The hierarchy.
The top of the pyramid is the ones you want.
All right, and this not the fear.
Like whoever attacked the kingdom, and then go over the big head, over the government. Like,
hey, what right now? Right now today, who does he want right now?
You know what I mean? Come on,
the house of David. He wants the house of David
right now.
That's why he's putting that juice in there, because that's them. All that shit is an experiment, man. They know one thing about the elite. They know that it is an elite amongst these people that's living on the earth right now. And they know that the Lord got it set up to where they can't just identify us and say, oh, that's him, that's him, that's him, that's him. The Lord got shit hidden in his men that's beyond Esau's understanding, man. So Esau is experimenting, trying to locate who the true house of David is. Because if he destroy us, all them chairs and UFOs that's circling around the earth and the earth's atmosphere and shit like that.
Yeah,
they know once the children of Israel come back together, it's over with for you so-called white people, man. You're gonna be the new slave. Okay?
Hey, it's not the veer off the topic. It's not the veer off the topic. This is what we was talking about the other day about them damn Edomites. And the pillars of brass that were in the house of the Lord, and the bases, the brazen seat that was in the house of the Lord, the Chaldeans broke in pieces and carried the brass of them to Babylon. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Remember we
But look where he was at, in the Holy of Holies.
The Holy of Holies.
The Holy of Holies.
Right. The temple was carved with gold and stuff.
Common Israelites couldn't even go in that part of the temple.
Hey, but look, to show you about the fucking Edomites. Nebuchadnezzar took the best slave, cream of the crop, and when it came to the buildings, he just scraped the gold and the copper,
best women,
the brass.
That's everything.
But guess what? He wasn't trying to burn the bitch down. Esau came and burnt that bitch down.
Hey, remember I brought up that analogy? When you look at the first 48 and you see a regular murder victim, that murder victim has 1, 2, maybe three holes in them, all right? When it's personal, they be like, man, he was stabbed 80 sometimes. This has to be personal. We have to go into his interpersonal relationship to find a killer. It was personal with Esau Edom. Go back to Genesis 38
and it'd be
and
business,
41.
It'd be business with the other nation.
It does.
And look, I need some good video editors, because I want to direct a quick movie, and it's like do a little quick story out the scriptures, but I want to use the real, like if we using Daniel, you're gonna have Negroes, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego looking like they're there, but when it comes to the Babylonians, I have real Hamites. I mean that. You know what, the Persians, real Elamites. Like they don't like we got the power to actually put film, like take all them fucking rap videos and all them special effects and all that bullshit. Man, put that shit like really do something with that shit. You know, it's bigger. I mean, it's nice when you can, you know, do the image of your house shine, all the lightning bolts and all that. But man, like, come on, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me be the director. Any of you brothers out there that got video editing skills, I'm telling you, hit us up on the comment board. I'm telling you, we're gonna do something nasty, and I mean it the righteous way.
Hey, I got a quick precept for Paul, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Real quick precept, and this why Esau came the way that he came, and this why Nebuchadnezzar just looted. He looted at the end of the day. Looting is not personal. You feel me? Genesis 27 and 41, and then he didn't loot. He got spoils of war. He was a king. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Genesis, yep. Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
That's it right there.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
That's personal, man.
That's personal.
It's always, they say, hey.
He died a long time ago. So with that being said, hold on. So with that being said, that hatred been going on for a long time.
Yeah. That grain of evil.
You know.
Now you know how even the
for a long time,
world say trauma don't leave from slavery. Trauma don't leave you in one generation or two generations. If you in slavery 200 years, that trauma didn't leave Esau for thousands of years. You see what I'm saying?
Still there, and he at the top
so
right now.
how much more the trauma from slavery haven't left our people?
Esau never forgot. Like when you're dealing with a low-level Edomite that doesn't have any education, don't know anything about history, and he hates your ass, that goes back to Genesis 27 and 41.
Put it like this. Esau still mad from when King David was put that pressure on his ass, man. Esau, like Paul brought out that shit about the warden or the judge. When LSU winning or they lose, a dumb nigga drop the football or throw a bad pass or, you know, cause LSU to lose, he calls the inmates to suffer. Or if you got to go and stand before this crack-ass judge because he pissed off LSU lost, he's gonna fuck your life up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same analogy when you look at it as Esau, like, okay, every time I read the Bible, it's talking about King David this, King David that. Now you got to remember, the real elitists, they know that King David was a so-called Negro. They know this. They're not in the la-la land like, oh man, he could possibly look like us, none of that. They know he's a so-called Negro. So every time they come across their passage, they put the pound game down on Negroes. That's why he always killing our ass, always fucking over us, because every time he look at you Negroes, he's reminded of the past. Every fucking time. That's what you call a perpetual hate.
Like a nigga woman.
That's literally the one
What
I
up,
got.
what up, baby dad?
Bring it on.
It's Ezekiel 35:5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Right.
That's that. I'm talking about. That's from the. Get that word perpetual.
I got it right
But
here.
that's that hate, that unquenchable hate, man. Okay, you want that person dead by any means necessary. There is no form of reconciliation. It's over with. Bring it out right quick. Right?
The word perpetual, it means everlasting.
Forever. It's up there and it's stuck there. Ain't no coming down. Go ahead.
God, never ending, eternal, endless, without end.
So, do you hear that? That's what you so-called Negroes need to hear coming out of the Bible. The so-called white man is going to forever hate y'all black asses and y'all brown, Latin American, Native American, and Latino asses, man.
Hey, Elder, look. And what our female counterparts say when Esau try to knock our ass off, or we try to stand up to Esau, what our female counterparts always say? They'll be like, "Don't go fuck." You know what I'm saying?
You don't think they serious?
Watch this.
Y'all don't think they serious?
Let's go to 42. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, "Behold, thy brother Esau is touching doeth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee." Think they plan?
He told him to run away. She's like, actually,
Hey,
you need to go
hey.
spend some time with your uncle.
Hey, they got a scripture.
Leave you alone.
Hey, they got a scripture in the book of Judges. They got a scripture in the book of Judges. That's how our people are. When Samson went back and burnt all the Philistine shit, they had 2,000 Jakes came to take him back to the Philistines, saying, "We have to live with these people. We, selling out."
Yeah. To go back to that movie, that dude that was preaching, man, he was before his time. What's his name? Birth of a Nation.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner. Oh, you remember the bright skinned dude? After Nat Turner getting his
I
shit.
watched that movie over
Look,
and over.
that bright skinned dude went up.
I watched it.
You kill them all.
No,
Yeah.
he say,
Oh, you can say filler.
he
Said
said,
already.
he say, "You done killed
Dead
us all."
That's what he said.
No, but look, not just that. And he ended up turning them in. He said, "You done killed us all."
Killed us all.
So by your actions, the 2/3 feel that the 1/3 that sentenced them to death through Esau Edom, which is not even a spiritual being. You done killed us all. You think they playing? You keep going on them highways like that, look at it, they gonna kill you, son.
Filler. Remember
Yeah.
Filler from Roots? Oh, hey, Sambo. We always talk about Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was on our side. Come on. But it was a nigga like the brother talking about named Sambo, who got who actually killed Uncle Tom.
Hey, I got a fire precept. It's Judges 15 and 11. Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock of Edom and said to Samson, "Knowest now that the Philistines are rulers over us?"
So they were basically saying, why are you doing these things? These people have the ability to kill us or let us live and let us be at peace.
Samson don't play. What is this that thou hast done to us? Is Samson fighting for
You
them?
got it out.
Is he fighting for them? And he said unto them, "As thou did unto me, so I have done to them."
Ooh,
He in his right fucking mind.
yeah.
And they said unto him, "We are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hands of the Philistines." That's what our people gonna do
Those
in
two-
these coming days.
Those 2/3. Hey, I'm glad you brought that out because it can be applied to our time.
Luke 21.
And it goes back into your enemy's gonna be of your own household. Because at that time we wasn't dealing with other nations to the point that we couldn't trust our own brother when it comes to another nation. We had fucking integrity at those times. We lost our integrity over here, okay? And going back into what you said, this is one time in our captivity. I ain't gonna say one time because he told us to serve the Babylonians. So in our captivities, we have to serve our captors, and we have to wait on spiritual salvation to get us up out of this place. Us picking up a gun is not gonna work because that's not who the Lord made us to be.
Hey, just add on to what you just said, all right? And Samson said it to them, "Swear unto me that you will not fall upon me yourself." The guy, he said, swear to me that you won't follow me or yourself. That's
So
so
he was
integrity.
Yeah,
But they don't have that now. They're gonna kill you from now.
so Samson was basically telling him, look, man, mind your business, bro. Stay out of the mix. Promise me that y'all not gonna lay around there and turn me in, man. And he's talking to what at that time we used to call each other countrymen. He's talking to his countrymen because we was my fellow countrymen because we was pulled up out of Israel at that time. That was it.
Okay, so in this time right now, what's going to happen? We're out here doing the Lord's work right now. God, yeah. Our people are going to hand us over. Hand you over me to turn you in. Rat, snitch, whatever you want to call it. Make that phone call. Okay? To deliver you into the hand of the enemy, man.
And it said 3,000 men came together. 3,000.
How much more this thing right here, man?
That's a baby army.
The Lord always reply what he has done in the past. He's going to do it all over again. And I'm letting you know this, but I wish I said I tell you these things before they happen, so when they come, your ass going to believe it. All right?
And Paul, 3,000 men, that was the whole hood. So that's likened to whatever neighborhood you from. The whole
you
hood
from right now?
Get you. The whole city.
How many people you got in each and every neighborhood from South Baton Rouge up to North Baton Rouge and Scotland, Louisiana? It's so many people right now. Okay? Nothing but pure fucking jakes. Jake will sell his own people out.
And we'll kill you.
Yeah, and I'll kill you. This is surviving society. I'm doing you right, so I'm doing you a favor. Okay?
He said, I did to them what they did to me.
Yeah. All right, so with that, hope this video was very edifying. We're going to turn the face to East according to Daniel 6:10 and Ezekiel 8:16. Give all infinite honor and glory and praise to who?
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Hashem,
Double honor to the elders and apostles of great millstone to rule and teach well. Peace and blessing and salutation to the elect men who push this truth to all the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abal. Kwame Yashala.
144,000 times.
Right.
Hey, when we do that salute,
Hold on. Let me end the video.